Hello, listeners. Thanks for joining another episode of the Skin I'm In podcast. I'm your host, Chanel, and this is a place where women can tune in to gain peace through clarity, purpose through inspiration, and the permission to be themselves through the stories of other women. If you're enjoying these episodes so far, click the like, share, and subscribe button so that more women like you can be positively impacted by the stories in this podcast. My guest today is a woman who is dedicated to holistic well-being through hypnotherapy, coaching, counselling, and educational learning and consulting. With 4 decades of industry expertise, she is guided by compassion, intuition, innovation, creativity, passion, and tenacity to help clients surpass challenges, embrace adversity as a catalyst for experiencing purpose, cultivating perseverance, and finding meaning in their lives. Beyond a successful career, my guest is recognised for her volunteer work with Faith in Children, a non-profit organisation supporting individuals and families in need. She also pioneered the inclusion program in Rockville Centre Public Schools in New York, a K-12 initiative that has been in existence since 1995 and continues to serve as a model program today. Globally acknowledged for her accomplishments, my guest will be considered for the Empowered Woman Award and feature in Top Industry Professionals magazine. Her selection as the Top Hypnotherapist and Coach of the Year by International Association of Top Professionals underscores the impact her work has on the communities she contributes to. Beyond her professional achievements, she enjoys family time, walks in nature, meditation and prayer, beach outings, theatre and travel. Not to mention her morning routine has inspired me to restart my own. She's the founder and owner of Zaretsky Wellness. She's a dynamic, results-driven leader in hypnotherapy, psychotherapy, coaching, educational consulting and teaching. She's an author. She's a mother. She is Dr. Lisa Zaretsky. Welcome to the Skin I'm In podcast, Lisa.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
We talked offline about what guided you to follow the path you have to be doing the work that you do. How did you know that this is where you were meant to get to and what you were meant to be doing?
That's such an interesting question. And I tell people this all the time. It just happened. I really didn't plan it. And every time I resisted something, my life would implode even more. So I find that when I go with the flow and I allow the current of life to steer me, things continue to unfold. And here I am. If I look back, all of the training that I did, the different jobs I had, they all happened based on events or a drive that I had and I wanted to experience something. And I'm always pushed to the edge of my comfort zone, and that's not always so comfortable. And when I allow myself to have that happen, I find purpose unfolds and I find meaning. And even though it might not be comfortable, I have this feeling that I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And if I tried to create what I'm doing and where I am now, I couldn't do it for my own human willpower if I tried. And if I look back at the accomplishments, some of what you mentioned in my bio, none of that could have been planned either. I see a bigger design and how I just fit in it. And as I go along with it and follow, that's when things unfold. And when I resist, that's when chaos happens.
What do you love about what you do?
I love watching people transform their lives and being a witness on the path beside them and seeing magic happen.
What are some of the clients that come to you? What are they coming to you with?
It's such a range. So one of my areas of expertise is twice exceptionality and neurodivergence, and that's really given me incredible, sharp, and diverse skills in working with a wide range of people. Because if you think about twice exceptionality, it's on both sides of the bell curve. They have extraordinary gifts and they have some kind of neurodivergence and disability. And as they develop, they develop asynchronously as opposed to synchronously. And so that gap gets wider and wider without intervention and without uncovering and unlayering the onion, as I say. And it leads to a lot of mental health and social emotional issues. It could lead to educational issues, educational trauma, multiple different types of trauma. It leads to family system issues, parenting, many, many different realms and domains. And so as a result of that, I've lived it, I've worked it. I have enormous background in training and working with a variety and scope of populations and people and issues and areas. So I am quite adept at working with a large variety of people and issues and challenges when it comes to the hypnotherapy, the psychotherapy, the coaching. And when I perform educational and learning consulting services, I have a niche area in the twice exceptionality and the neurodivergence. However, I really can help anyone. And I tend to get those who really do need assistance in the 2E world because that's a whole nother ballgame in itself. So I've had people with PTSD, depression. I've had people who want to up level their game in terms of athletics, financial, career, people who think that they can't live another way but want to. Those are the ideal clients because if they want to, then we can get to work. It doesn't matter if they think the methodology I have or they don't think it's possible. They've got to want to, and they've got to want to invest in themselves. And those are the two magic keys. And the hypnotherapy coaching program I do that I've developed is really rapid. It's a 3-month program, and I've seen phenomenal results. However, my services are fluid, and they tend to help in all different areas of life and depending on what somebody wants. So I do see progress in all areas and that I work with the methodology and the skills that I utilize. And I'm able to service a wide scope of people. I've also worked with organizations and businesses to help them look at what they have and where their needs are, assess that, and build in programs to meet the needs of their populations more comprehensively, more thoroughly. So I work with young children, I've worked with teens, I've worked with adults of varying ages, I've worked with businesses, I've worked with schools, all different types of schools. I've worked with public schools, private schools, I've worked with progressive alternative schools, and I like the variety.
You're trained in psychedelic assisted therapy. What is
Yeah.
that, and how can it help people overcome trauma? And I mean, what are some of the symptoms of, like, how does someone know that they have trauma?
That's a loaded question, and I'm happy
Yes.
to answer it. Yeah. So I had the privilege of getting trained actually through my licenses. I'm also licensed in Florida. And through CEUs in Florida, I was able to get training in psychedelic assisted psychotherapy. And it was an intensive week. And I was there with about 30 to 35 other therapists from all over the country. And at the time, there was a large majority from Oregon also, because Oregon had just become legal. And many of them were paid by Kaiser to go. They worked for Kaiser. So it's becoming more mainstream there. And I learned about all different types of psychedelics and how to utilize that in conjunction with psychotherapy. And it can be enormously effective for trauma, for anxiety, for depression, addiction. The research is overwhelming in its effectiveness for a variety of different mental health conditions and issues and challenges.